What's going on, you guys? AJ Tucker here with AJ Self Defense, man. And today I want to talk about another tragic story. This is another tragic story about, in my opinion, sugar dating gone wrong. It's about Councilman James McNeil. He strangled, or allegedly strangled, Lalia Gavronsky. Hopefully I said her name right, but just a tragic story. I'm going to read it out. I'm going to read the article, and then I'll talk about it. A woman was allegedly strangled in her bed by a city councilman 38 years her senior after she tried to leave the toxic relationship. James McNeil, 58, slashed his wrist and had his lawyers call the police to arrest him about 24 hours after she was killed, 20 years old. The fact that he slashed his wrist, sometimes people do a murder-suicide. This, in my opinion, this guy wasn't trying to do no murder-suicide. The young woman said in a message sent to friends that McNeil was controlling, got angry when she said no to him, and once he told her she would sex traffic her. When police entered the house, they found her naked on the bed, lying on her back with the bedding covering her, according to the arrest report. There's him right there being arrested, man, taken in after he called the police. And there's her, so young, so much life ahead of her. Man, I'm gonna keep reading over here. He can get me gifts. I'm not gonna be over here so excited. I just act like he does not faze me. It's not like I never met a rich guy in my life. I've grown up with my dad, she said. These are the words of someone who does not realize how much danger they are in when they think that they are the first person to do something with somebody, or they make somebody interested because of the way they act, or is different than anybody's done. This is dangerous language right here, and it just this is scary right here. So that's him with his 3 kids and ex-wife, and then there's the young lady once again at the bottom. I'm gonna read over some more text. It's effed up. He got me to have sex. I was celibate for a year and a half, and I was not ready. I didn't really want to, but he forced me into a relationship and really pushed me. And honestly, really affected my mental health because I got really depressed, and it triggered all my bad emotions from the past. I thought I could never be played again, but now I'm realizing he played a different game on me I was not aware of, and it really caught me off guard. Again, this man is 58 years old. He may be infatuated. He may be lusting after you, but yes, of course, he's going to play a game that you've never seen before. If you're only 20 years old. That's another picture with her, man. Just super duper young, man. Now, this is where it gets really dangerous. Now, she's messaging a friend and she says, I want a lot in my life. I want to be living like a effing queen. And if he's not going to be providing that, guess what? She said. He thinks maybe one day I'll just accept it. No, I'm not going to accept it. I don't care. She said he told her, you can't get another guy, and that she's so lucky he puts up with her. I'm not lucky. Guys will put up with me abusing them. What? Wait a minute. Let me read that again. I'm not lucky. Guys will put up with me abusing them. So what are you talking about? She responded. I don't understand that too much. Anyway, the lawyer, when he killed her, the lawyer messed around and called 911. He basically kind of walked him through on what to do because he probably, after he did it, he probably called his lawyer. Her neighbor said they saw McNeil visit her and bring food inside. I knew he had a big pickup truck. It was strange to see someone that old hanging around her, Alex Grimes told Fox 13. Another neighbor said she moved there to get away from a stalker. Court records showed she got a protective order against Amal Kazemi last April. McNeil was a city councilor for 8 years until he was defeated by Mayor Mason Thompson, 63 to 37% in November's election. So this is something that happens, you know what I'm saying? For the last 5 years, though, I've been really following these articles, and I've been seeing the same pattern over and over and over and over again. So about 5 years ago, I was looking at different articles. I'm like, man, why are all these young women getting killed by stalkers? And then when I go a little deeper into the stories, they normally don't put these stories on major news, but when you go a little deeper into it, you find out that they had a relationship, and mostly it's sugar dating. So I want to more focus on sugar dating. And here's the thing. I'm not blaming her or anything like that. No one should be killed. But the thing is, when you start to recognize danger, you have to nip that thing in the bud as quick as possible. So young ladies who work in strip clubs or gentlemen's clubs or whatever, hey, you know what? Go make your money. Do what you got to do. Now, if you break the rule, if you break a number 1 rule where you start having relationships outside of that, then you've automatically put yourself at a high risk. And yes, it's true that Men should not be going around trying to leave their wives and pay you a bunch of money and date you and then try to kill you, right? But at the same on your end though, you have to watch out for yourself, man. You have to keep yourself alive. You cannot rely on people just being a good guy. And if somebody is paying you, like he was giving her $10,000 a month, if somebody is paying you that much money, now I have heard stories about where the person that's paying the girl that much money, they cool, they laid back, they just paid 10 grand a month, 5 grand, 2,500 a month, whatever that may be. And they're laid back, they chill, they're cool, everything is great. But if somebody's paying you like that and they're giving you that much money, it's gonna get bad. They're gonna have some requests. This is an old quote, but they're gonna have you do something strange for a little bit of change. And if you don't do it, then they're gonna get angry because they feel like they own you. They feel like that you're a possession. If they have that much money to throw around, they like to possess things. They're controlling. And if they give you any signs and symptoms, it never gets better. No matter what they say, no matter how charismatic they are, it's only going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And the worst thing that can happen is that you lose your life. So I'm telling you, if you're in some type of relationship like this, if you meet somebody in your place of business and that's your type of business, whether it be at the club, whether it be online, you sell, whatever. If you see any signs of just anger and controlling or anything like that, you need to get away. And even after you get away, do not do that last meeting. There's so many women out there where they say, okay, you know what? I'm going to meet them in a crowded area. Okay, I'm just going to get in a car with them or whatever, or I'm going to meet over here by the police station. I'm telling you, man, don't do it. That's all I got for this one.